So I'm asking Copilot, since the legislation was passed, year by year, how many medically assisted deaths have there been in Canada? And here's the answer. Since 2016, wow. Total 2016 to 2023, 60,238 medically assisted deaths across Canada. In 2022, medically assisted deaths accounted for 4.1% of all deaths in Canada. Good morning, Franklin. What can I help you with today? So I ask, does Roman Catholic Catechism say euthanasia is murder? Yes. The Catechism of the Catholic Church explicitly states that intentional euthanasia is considered murder and is morally unacceptable. Here's how it's framed. Whatever its motives and means, it doesn't matter what the motives and means are. So let's hear this in Parliament. How is it that the God of the Canadian Constitution condones turning active euthanasia into law, forcing people to pay for it with their tax money? Who are these experts who come in and challenge the experts of the Roman Catholic Church and other churches, other religions, which also agree with this? Who are these moral authorities? Who are these experts in the most fundamental, deeply believed, profoundly believed beliefs of Canadians? At least 40% of Canadians, perhaps even more than 50% of Canadians. And yet, this is not discussed on Parliament Hill. Why is that? Who are these experts that they are believing behind the scenes to say that euthanasia is morally acceptable and should be made into law and is law? This is Grock's response on Roman Catholic Catechism and euthanasia. And it tells you that the Roman Catholic position has remained unchanged, and it says clearly that euthanasia is murder. Period. No getting around it. Euthanasia is murder. So, when Roman Catholic Canadians, who are 40% of the population, pay taxes to the government, which uses it for euthanasia, they are having their money extorted from them to pay for what they deem to be murder. They become accomplices, I would say, but you can ask the law experts. They become accomplices in murder under ecclesiastical law. And this is Gemini, which says the same as Grock. Yes, the Roman Catholic Catechism explicitly states that euthanasia is murder. Think about this for a minute then. The government of Canada forces 40% of its citizens who say they are Roman Catholic, and many others who are not Roman Catholic and believe the same, to use their money via taxation to pay for murder, according to their most central, most sacred beliefs under ecclesiastical law. Whereas Canada is founded upon principles that recognize the supremacy of God. That is the opener to the charter portion of the Canadian Constitution. And so this God of Canada, according to 40% and more of Canadians, is a murderer. The God of Canada is a murderer. Here are the corresponding words of ChatGPT. Yes, the Catechism of the Catholic Church explicitly teaches that euthanasia is murder. Explicitly. No fuzziness. That's crispy clear. So, is this issue taken up by Parliament? It has to be extremely important, profoundly important to at least 40% of Canadians. And yet, on Parliament Hill, you don't have this discussion. Who are the authorities on God, in capital letters, in the Canadian Constitution? Do the senators and MPs have any expertise? Does the Prime Minister have any expertise which he can reveal to Parliament? What does the God, capital G, of Canada say about the morality of euthanasia? And who are these experts who override the Roman Catholic Catechism and force Canadians to pay tax money to commit murder? Who are these experts? Bring them into Parliament. Let's hear from them. Here is the DeepSeek reply. So in direct answer to your question, yes, the Catechism of the Catholic Church unequivocally states that direct euthanasia is murder and gravely contrary to moral law. Okay. And let's scroll back to the beginning. Does Roman Catholic Catechism say euthanasia is murder? Of course. This is a very clear and important point in Catholic teaching. DeepSeek replies. And so there's the whole shtick. Here's the direct quote from the Catechism. And then in the replies, summary of the Church's position, the reasoning behind the teaching. Let's hear the reasoning of these experts who are being obeyed by the lawmakers on Parliament Hill in contrast. We haven't heard that, have we? Not on Parliament Hill. the distinction from allowing death to happen, the definition and gravity. The Catechism defines euthanasia as a direct action, or sometimes an omission intended to cause death for the purpose of eliminating suffering. Because the intention is to kill an innocent person, it falls under the moral category of murder. This is murder. This is mass murder being committed by the Prime Minister and Parliament of Canada without due discussion by Parliament with the experts of the world. And do these Roman Catholic theologians have no expertise at all? Let's hear how the experts behind the current Canadian laws stand up in Parliament against them. So I ask Gemini, what does NIH say about informed consent in medical procedures? Answer, the National Institutes of Health, NIH, emphasizes that informed consent is a fundamental ethical and legal requirement in both medical procedures and research involving human subjects. Okay. Note how clear that is. Informed consent is a process, not just a form. Core elements and informed consent. Essentially, this is the Nuremberg Code translated into America speak, since the United States is not bound to the Nuremberg Code. So they have rephrased it.